in the party. Come on.
Greetings, tribe. Welcome to the Hacienda. I'm your host of extraordinary magnitude, Ortega LaTrobe. This is the latest episode of Snackin with Ortega, and tonight we're doing Swiss steak. A Swiss steak has nothing to do with the country Switzerland or being Swiss or cocoa. The name comes from the original tenderizing process known as Swissing, where it's using like a needle gimmick, and that's how they tenderize it. Often confused with Salisbury steak, but the difference is the Salisbury steak is a ground meat patty that comes in like a beef broth or gravy, whereas Swiss steak is an actual piece of full steak that comes in a tomato-based sauce. And now let's introduce everybody. Our star of the dish, tenderized round steak. I bought this pre-tenderized. You can buy it and tenderize it yourself. It's just I have this tiny ass kitchen and me banging and banging and banging and banging, banging and banging and banging and banging, banging and banging and banging and banging on the fucking goddamn thing, tenderizing this meat, be annoying to the neighbors. And you know, I don't want to annoy the neighbors any more than I do. So we got this pre-tenderized. It's nice, you know. Gonna be just what we need. Carrot, celery, red bell, jalapeno, onion, glorious garlic, beef stock, seasoned flour, oil in a fucking pan, can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. You know, you can actually use fucking real tomatoes if you want. I'm not using real fucking tomatoes, I'm using these. Whatever, it's my fucking show. I'll fucking do it how I want. And when it's your fucking food, you can do it how you want. Yeah, we did it, baby. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our steaks, we're gonna get it in the seasoned flour and get them coated. Got our steaks floured up. Now we're going to get to cutting up our vegetables. Spoon! Vegetables are prepped, oil's heated up. I am using some leftover bacon grease, 8 soup spoons worth. May have to add more, I don't know. We're gonna brown these steaks up. And we'll get them brown, but you don't want to overcook them because then they'll suck. If the oil's good and hot, you should be able to get each side brown in about a minute and a half or 2 minutes a side. Look at that beauty. Number 3. The meat is browned. And now to our pan with our drippings, pepper, celery, cut. Gonna let our vegetables saute for a couple minutes, soften up a bit. Then we're gonna add our garlic. Don't want to add it too soon. Gets burnt, gets bitter. No, no, no bueno. Gonna add in our garlic. Stir that in. Garlic has been going. Gonna add our fire roasted diced tomatoes. Add those to the veggies. Our beef broth. And a couple big old spoonfuls of tomato paste. While we let this cook down, we're going to preheat our oven to 325. I'm going to hit this with just a little bit of adobo, a little spoonful of spicy chili crisp, a little oregano. We're going to take our sauce off the heat, grab our plate of meat, put it in the sauce, cover it up, and make a tasty treat. Really sorry about that. The blood! The blood! Got our steak submerged in the sauce. Gonna lid that bad boy up, put it into our 325 oven for about 90 minutes to 2 hours till that steak gets all tender and the sauce gets all tightened up. We're gonna serve it up with some mashed potatoes and some green beans. Meet you right back here. It's time to remove our steak from the oven, plate it up, and put it in our face. Ooh, woo. That look good. Got all that delicious going on. We're gonna pull those steaks out, put them on a plate, grab a little cornstarch, tighten that gravy up. I was gonna blend it up, but I think I'm gonna leave all the vegetables in chunks just to give it a more rustic look. Decided I'd try this Swiss steak here in the studio at the Hacienda. Oh man, this just looks so fucking good. It really does. Get that view too, man. Yeah. Alright. See if I made a tasty treat. Mmm. When you cook this steak really low like that in the juice, it's nice and tender. And I don't think I probably need that fucking fork or get a knife. I say the shoes of a champion. Yeah, I didn't even need the knife for the second bite. If you wanted, you could take a couple forks and shred that, make like a fucking Swiss pulled pork, pulled beef kind of gimmick. Oh man, you just get all the good aromatics and the veggies, and then the tomato, and you got your peppers. It's just, oh man, this is really fucking good. I'm gonna put the recipe up at the end. A lot of this isn't really exact, a lot of it's kind of a taste. I'll do my best to get measurements in there. Thanks for coming by the Hacienda. Remember, like, share, subscribe, help our channel grow. Every time you share a link with somebody else, it helps get us out in front of more eyes and more faces and more ears. And that's all we really want to do, is continue to do this and provide some fun, interesting content. Maybe teach a thing or two. Anyway, I'm Ortega LaTrobe. This has been Snackin' with Ortega.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.